Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Friday! We are back to working on the Ninjago City Gardens, and we have here, last week we finished the upper platform, I believe that building over there, and the little ice cream shop. So this time... Okay, do any of those actually... Are any of these actually solid to turn it with? I don't know. This time we're going to be working on the building that fits in right there. So let's go ahead and get out some bags labeled 12. There we go. Bring the camera down a little bit. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Let's go ahead and open this one first. Come on, pieces, get out of there. Thank you. Howdy, Kinshire, how's it going? Alright, let's see. Large plates. I'll probably need those pretty soon, but I'll put them to the side. We have two angled door window frame pieces. We've got two windows and a door. Apparently there are a number of frogs scattered through many modern sets. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Frogs are a pretty popular piece. I mean, it's a pretty simplistic little animal and everything like that. And they do enjoy using them in various ways. Mostly they end up being frogs, but sometimes they're used as other kinds of decorations. There we go. I do enjoy a Lego frog on occasion. Frog statues? Well, not just frog statues, not just frog-related things. Sometimes there are other things. Like they're on the bonsai tree as cherry blossoms. All right, let's see. Starting out, we don't start out with the minifig, interestingly. Howdy, Bahamut. How's it going? You know, I was just thinking about some French fries. Might go get some tomorrow. Could go up to Roy Rogers and get a bit of a meal. I have not been to Roy Rogers in probably a year plus, actually. Pretty sure the last time I went, I got my dad some as well. Please don't eat Lego frogs. They are plastic and non-nutritious. Can't tell me what to do. You're not my dad. I mean, quite literally, you're not, so. Alright, dark red log brick. Not log bricks, brick bricks. There we go. Been looking at card binders, but they are pricey things to buy in bulk. Because of shipping. Brown 1x2 plates with right angle bars. And a dark red 1x4 plate there. 1x1 with clip and dark brown 1x1 plate. So this is a click hinge element, but because of the little nubs inside, and I don't think that I have a male click hinge in this, but it is enough that a clip can hold on to it. Not super securely, but it's okay. They're $14.99 each, but in bulk that price goes up drastically. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting a lot of them, it is going to be expensive. Even if individually they're not. Alright, that goes right there in the middle, and we get 2 1x3 tiles with 2 studs, all in brown. Alright, where is the other 1x3 tile with 2 studs? There it is. Alright, we grab a pair of these pieces from in here. They're kind of like camshafts or crankshafts or something like that. On a larger model, maybe an 8-wide, this would actually make a pretty good like front crank if you're making like an old-style car. And a dark blue 2x3 tile. How's the Lego build going? It is going pretty well. I am definitely enjoying it. Okay, then the holes here are going onto the posts there. If I can get them on. Huh. What is wrong there? If it's on that way, okay. Might just be a little tight. There we go. Now it's working. Alright, there we go. Howdy, Preskich, thank you very much for the subscription. You're enjoying more Peglin? Such a fascinating idea of a game. Yeah, there had been some updates recently. Well, I mean, since I'd last played a year ago. And I'd popped in a little bit earlier to, like, weeks ago to check them out. And just, like, coincidentally got them, you know, got some unlocked stuff. Basically when I had given up. And so I was kind of like, you know what? I should probably record a little bit more, show it off. There is another class that I have not gotten yet, but I think what I'll do is, like, I'll wait until, like, there's even more content. Peglin looks interesting, but not your type of game. I mean, if you enjoy watching it, and if you don't enjoy watching it, that's fine, too. But, I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with a game that you enjoy watching but don't want to play, or a game that's just not for you regardless. There's nothing wrong with either of that. Alright, what color am I looking for? Ah, gold, okay. Gold 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles. Something you prefer watching? Yeah, that's fine. You hope for more levels at some point? Yeah, I think that, like, it would be really nice. Like, I'd actually almost like it if there were, like, 10 different levels and it would be random what you would go to. I kind of like that. Unless, of course, one of them just, like, it completely sucks and I hate it. Then I don't want that. I don't want to go to that one. Yeah, I mean, it's fun, but that part is a little bit samey and could use a little bit of an update, I think. Having the same enemies and stuff like that. And some of them I just don't like. Baladin achievement is so RNG. Oh, they all are. Same thing with the the round roll, getting that one, it's just like I tried and tried and tried and tried. I had to have tried for a few hours at least over multiple days, and I was actually on Kokoskia's channel, not like on his Discord, and he'd played a little bit of it recently as well, and I was just like, I don't understand these requirements. They're like impossible. I don't know how you're supposed to get them. And then 15 minutes later, I had both of them. So, well, but it's still random because you have to get those things. That's my biggest issue. All right, I am unsure where the pieces are here. All right. It's hard to see the edges of... I wish that they'd edge the dark brown and like black... Like, black pieces are edged with white. Dark brown needs to be edged with white, although I suppose that might make people think that that's black. I don't know. Peglin is like FF8 for you, something you like watching but not playing yourself. Yeah, that's fine. Peglin can be incredibly frustrating because it's so random, but like the thing about Bulwark is that on certain maps, if you have the Buckle Orb, I think, and Durable, easy to get, super easy to get. But again, it's like, I would rather things be, like, a little bit more planned out, where you can get it with multiple different orbs and multiple different maps and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, they're all essentially random. Alright, now we get our other... wedge plate, that is right there. Okay, 3 dark red 1x1 plates with side studs. And we get black 1x1 tiles on top. But unfortunately, like one of it is that once you get it, you know, once you get those, you never need to get them again, so you never need to try for it. I mean, they're still good. It's still useful. But it's like you never care about that ever again, and that's not the best, I feel like. I don't know, I kind of think it should be more like, get to the end with, the end of, like completing an entire run, I think should be a requirement. Maybe get to, complete a run with, a Bulwark Orb or something like that. I mean... I don't know, but I feel like completing a level is one of the things that should be the requirement. Alright. At the angle, these are almost one tile space apart. It's a little bit more. So that does make for an interesting design. Something for me to keep in mind if I want to make some interesting elements there. And then I get another one. Another 1x1 tile. But yeah, I mean, the randomness of, like, you can't get those except primarily on bosses. Enemies that you're going to hit a lot but aren't going to die very quickly tend to be the enemies that you have to use to get those. And again, you're probably only going to get them near the end of level 3 anyway. because that's when you have the most orbs, they have the most upgrades, so they have the most chances to get Bulwark or Spinfection, that kind of thing. Alright, 2 dark blue 2x2 wedge plates, or angle plates. Get those on there. 2 4x4 beige ones. And then blue 2x2 angle tiles. Let's see, we have a brown 1x4 to 2x2 hinge, and let's see, dark brown 1x1 plate there, dark brown 2x2 plate here, and a dark brown 1x4 plate here. Alright, and we're actually using these for windows, which I can't recall ever seeing these used for windows. Get that in there. I mean, they're designed to be, but I still can't recall seeing any used that way. Normally they're used for doors. Alright, there we go. Alright, we need a dark blue 1x6 plate on top. 2 more 2x2 angle plates, and 2x2 angle tiles. There we go. And down at the bottom, tan 1x1 headlight bricks, and I need a brown 4L bar in between. Since it's a 4L bar, it should be pretty easy to make sure that I've got it spaced 2 studs apart in the middle. There we go. Get that on there. Take the plate off because I don't need that. Alright. Dark blue 1x6 plate and 2 dark brown 1x1s. I have enjoyed the other classes in Peglin, but there is an element of they are a little samey. I mean, there's not a huge difference. I think that they do kind of get a bit of a different distribution of orbs, but I'm not positive on that. There we go. We got 2x2 to 1x2 center upward brackets, and get that right on there. You doubt they would have much difference? No, I mean, they don't. They definitely don't. There's a bit of difference. I'm very curious about the other class that I haven't unlocked. See what that does. I actually feel like the round roll is the one with the biggest difference because it... Let's see, that is going to go right there. Projecting out over it. That one, with random status effects, you can get some pretty good status effects applied to enemies. Alright, let's see. For dark brown 1x1 bricks. I mean, Spinfection is the best. one by one brick and then a plate. And then another 1 by 1 brick. And another plate. And another brick. There we go. Get that right on there. Alright, now 2 of the dark brown half arches. 1 by 5 by 4, specifically. And we get 1 by 1 dark brown plates on the lowest of the steps. I've always liked these half arches. They're pretty useful. 1 by 2 plates. And 1 by 2 ingot tiles. There we go. And these get right there. Alright. Right on there. And that clip is going to hold onto that bar. But apparently not just yet, as that falls off. Okay, 2 by 2. I believe in regular brown. Yep, 2 by 2 in regular brown. Is that dark brown? Yeah, it's dark brown. 1 by 2. Plate. I need a regular brown 1 by 2 tile with center stud. There it is. Dark red brick, and a dark brown 1 by 2 plate, and a dark blue microfig. There we go. Get that in there, and put that right down there. There we go. Realizing how much you miss FF11, your character, even if you hated leveling because MMO and getting parties together, you love the crafting system. Alright, let's see. Get a dark brown 1 by 2 plate right here on the edge. Kind of surprised they haven't put anything right there. Alright, back on the table, we have a white bowl. A white 1 by 1 plate with a bright green 1 by 1 plate, flower plate. Black 1 by 1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Trans gray 1 by 1 cone. And a red 1 by 1 cylinder tile for what I assume is a bottle of soy sauce. Alright, let's see. That is it. Yep. Okay, and dark red 1 by 2 to 1 by 2 downward brackets here and here. And then I think this is earth orange. I could be wrong. I don't think it's one of the nougats. It might be. No, I don't think it's one of the nougats. I think it's an orange. One by 2 there, 1 by 2 there, 1 by 2 there. On here, we got a beige 1 by 2 with side studs. Get some more 1 by 1s. Get some more 1 by 1s. And then a dark brown 1 by 1s. Okay. Alright, so on the outside, we get green 1x2 to 1x2 upward brackets. And with bright green and a bright orange. Flowers. There we go. A little flower box outside. Alright, still hasn't clicked this closed yet, and I don't really know why. I don't know why they haven't done that, but whatever. Alright, another 1x2 ingot tile, and 1x1 to 1x1 downward brackets in black. Where are you? There they are. Okay. All right. So because of the bracket and plate, these do match up with the edge there. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to put on there, if anything. They may not put anything, actually. All right, dark brown 1x2 plate, dark brown 1x1 plate. Get another arch, half arch. And 2 1x1 bricks. There we go. Get that right in there. And another side stud brick right there. Alright, dark brown 1x2x3 windows with the window panes. Where's the other window? There it is. So anyone have any interesting plans for the weekend? I, of course, will be playing some more Spelljammer. Assuming everyone's available for it. Usually they are, but sometimes things come up. Let's see. Gray, 1x2. Oh, actually, I forgot to... yeah, I forgot to get 1x2 bricks in here. Laundry on Sundays as usual. Like me, do laundry on a schedule. Could play Spelljammer without them? Not very easily. No, I couldn't actually. 1x1 there. Gray 1x2 brick with side studs. You don't know why Sundays, but it's a schedule. I mean, you gotta do. You can only do it on a day that you've got time to, like, you know, fold and watch the washer and everything like that. So. Nothing wrong with having a schedule for it. Okay, next up. 2 1x1 bricks and a dark brown 1x1 plate. I could give you the adventures of the crew. You mean have spoilers? Tell you guys what might be happening? I can't do that. Alright. Some 2x4 beige tiles. Stickers would be on them, but I'm not putting those on. Oh, and there is a brown 1x2 plate that should go right there. Oh, the crew, the red, as opposed to the officers. I leave that for people like Anghamron to come up with. He's doing some writing based on Norferic's perspective. Lower Decks. I haven't actually watched Lower Decks yet, but I've heard good things. Alright, let's see. Dark brown 1x4. Dark brown 1x4. Two 1x2s. And one 1x1. Right there. There we go. Alright, dark brown 1x2 brick right here. Two nougat inverted arches. There's a 1x2 plate there. 1x2 brick. And dark brown, a 1x1 brick right there. Well, I mean, I don't mean like watch it, but, you know, you have to be there to go empty it out when the time is done, kind of thing. Howdy, Vacation Av, how's it going? By 4, you know, so the clothes don't get wrinkled and stuff. Trans-sibling got some work, so you're happy? Excellent. That's awesome. Congrats to them. Another dark brown 1x1 right there, and that is the wrong 1x1 there. I want that color. And another side stud brick right here. Alright, dark brown 1x4. Gray 1x4 with two male click hinge elements. And so this is basically the same as an older style 2x4 hinge panel. But the old one used the old 1x4 car roof hinges for it. So it had, like the 1x4 plate had little tabs every so often, and this had big sections every so often to match up. The nice thing about that was that if you did it like this, it was completely flush. Flush on top, flush on bottom. Plate height, one brick width there. So it would be like, this would be, I think, a 4x4. Might not be a 4x4. I don't remember the exact dimensions. But the point is that it would be completely flush. And it did have this indentation so that you could, you know, it could hold studs. You could hold on to 4L space, that kind of thing. But again, like, the nicest thing is that it was flush. In addition, when it was up on the side, rather than being, like, roughly here in the middle kind of thing, it would be completely flush with the edge. And you do not get that at all with the click hinge ones. Not just because of the sheer size here. And I feel like it's a shame to have lost that element. There also wasn't this giant gap between the hinge parts. So I really feel like these have lost a lot of their usefulness. I mean, there's probably some usefulness that you get out of this that you don't get out of the others. I mean, there's some texture here. that you'd get. So if you're doing like a spaceship, that's nothing to sneeze. You know, getting texture like this, as they called it, I think with the Star Wars models that they used for filming and stuff like that. Greebling, and that's been adapted by like Lego Space Folks when they're building. So you can get greebling with this kind of look, but you lose that flushness, which is kind of a shame. And thank you very much for those 2 gift subs, Vacation Avenue. Pretty cool how I have the diagram up. Yeah, I really wanted to have the instructions so that people could follow it along as well. It's pretty useful. So, anyway, it's just like the old style of car roof hinges. I feel having lost that in modern Lego, I think is a real shame. I know why they did it, because those pieces were fragile, but still, it's a shame. Anyway, that is one click down. Now, again, an advantage of the click hinges is that you click it down, and it will stay there. It won't get nudged out of the way. The old style was just done purely by friction. This is not. It's kind of like you know, the hinge parts here are toothed, and there's a little tiny notch on the side so that it will hold them in place. So you can kind of see them there. That's the click hinges. They came out with Star Wars sets. I think that might have been the first round of Star Wars sets, or it might have been like a year or 2 after. I'm not sure. So click hinges have their use, but there is definitely an element that that they lose with not having the old ones. Many watching videos about historical living washing machines are so awesome compared to hand washing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. It has saved so many people so much time. Like the thing is just time-saving things are hugely important for just like quality of life elements. You get so much that and it's difficult to quantify, but clearly beneficial. Like, you can complain about the quality of food you get with microwave food, and certainly its health benefits are an issue. But things like, you know, microwaves and pressure cookers and things like that just really free up people who, you know, and in a lot of cases it's women, from doing so many tasks that really weren't fun. You know, blenders and food processors as well. Like, just so much so much time saving that it's just absolutely ridiculous. And it's actually really hard to quantify that. Like, in a monetary kind of way. It's really difficult to do that. But it's a huge benefit. Alright, got another hinge. Get that on there. Get a gold tooth element for a little light cover. It's pretty neat. And a dark brown 1x1 plate. There we go. So nice little lamp there against the wall. I like that. It's very nice. Very cute. Alright, next up. 7 dark brown 1x2 bricks. They have Secret of Monkey Island Lego? No, they do not. There are pirate sets, though. I mean, you can do Secret of Monkey Island type stuff. There we go. All that dark brown. And then we get 2 angled 4x4 bricks. Beige 1x2 with 2 studs, and then we get the earth orange elements. Thinking of food today, you had some delicious pork chops, thin cut boneless ones that you shallow fried. Yeah, sounds pretty good. I'm actually not a huge fan of pork chops. They're not my favorite. I like the pork that you get in a lot of Asian meals, though. Like pork fried rice. Alright, one dark brown 1x2 bricks and dark brown 1x1 plates here. And a pair of black angle plates. There we go. And there we go. Alright, dark blue 1x6 plate, and then we have the 2x2 curved slopes. And these would have stickers on them with menu items. It goes right up there. Alright, dark blue 1x1 cylinder plate on the doorknob. Get the door in the frame. And a dark brown 1x4 plate. And it is a dark brown window frame as well. Get that right in there. Move that up here a little bit, and the other dark blue 2x2 cylinder brick. Alright, 1x2 and 1x3 plates. And a 1x1 brick. I said 1x3, I meant 1x1. Yeah, I'm planning to play Seiken Densetsu 3 at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. A lot of games to play. In fact, I mean, there's a lot more console games that I really want to play at this point than PC games. One, two. Three. 4. And 5. There we go. Alright, and that gets right on there. Okay, 2 1x4s. Right there, and right there. And a 1x2 dark brown right there in the middle. I would play just one to start out with, yes. I would not play all of them, because a lot of it is the same. Playing other ones would be for, like, if I decided to revisit it kind of thing. Alright, we got a double friction pin with axle on the end. A connector, and a 1x... That's a pearl silver 1x1 axle, 1x1 beam there. And dark red, 1x2 brick with axle, cross axle hole. You only discovered me like a month ago. You're happy with what's available and what is happening now. Comment sections on YouTube and Twitch are very kind and fun. Thank you. Yeah, I am. I'm pretty happy that the comment sections are very, very good generally on YouTube for my videos. Occasionally, I get trolls, and I got to deal with them. Like someone saying, complaining about me save scumming in a game and being like, "Why even play?" Because that's how I like playing. Lego Packer. How many hot dogs do we need in this bag? Lego Engineer. All of them. Yeah, all of them. Alright. 2 more. 1x4 brown plates and a 1x2 to 2x2 upward bracket there. Mayo. Ugh. I like to cheat in some games. It's all about what you find fun in a game. And there's no wrong way for that. Alright, get the pearl silver cup there. There we go. I mean, there's some games that I won't, and there's other games that I will, and it's just all about the individual game and what I enjoy. Alright, let's see. Dark brown 2x4, not 2x4, 1x2s there, and then we get the earth orange 1x2s through there. Alright. Black 1x3 tiles here and here. 4x4 macaroni tiles. Right there and right there. One by 6 tile. 1x6 tile there, and another black ingot tile right there. You'd save scum XCOM back in the day? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just all about what is fun to you. And that is, you know, if there is a tool available and stuff like that, that's fine, you know? Go for it. Do what you want. Have fun. That's the whole point. Alright, let's see. Dark brown, 1x4 here. And 1x4 here. 2 1x2 to 1x4 downward brackets there and there. Black 1x1 tile there. 2 more black ingots here and here. Black 1x3 tile right there, and a 1x1 tile slope right there on the end. Alright, and then 2 1x6 tiles along the top. Alright, get 3 red 2x2 tiles with center stud. There we go. There we go. Alright, next up. Alright, 2x4 beige tile and brown 1x2 plates, rail plates. One has decided to skedaddle onto the floor, of course. So hold on. Where are you, plate? Where did you go? Okay, not too far, luckily. There we go. Trying to get away, trying to escape. Get that on there for a sign with a wooden border. I like that. And then red 1x6 tiles across there for the center. Making a nice little, like, false column look out on either side of the door there. And then we push that closed. Yeah, that looks good. That feels... Yep. Alright, that's good. Tempted to sit in your recliner, but you're sure you'd go to sleep. I mean, that's okay. You go to sleep for a little while. Yeah, if you're tired. Alright, black 1x10 here, brown a 2x2 right there in the center. Black 2x2, 1x2 to 2x2 upward bracket. A dark brown 1x2 plate there. And lots of black 1x1. Oh my god. Hold on a second. I just want to get a feel for how that's going to go. Alright, so... that, okay. I want to figure out what is exposed. Because there is a very noticeable mold mark on these 1x1 tiles with top clips. I think they're made of a different plastic. They're slightly shinier than the other pieces. So if I can avoid the mold mark, then I will do so. Okay. All right. Yeah, it was originally a type of bread specifically, I think, not hot dogs. All right, 1x2 tile slope there. 1x2 with center clip. Oh boy. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is going to be... it's going to look good. I will definitely say that, but got to get 2 clips onto these hot dogs. And then it will clip in right there. Like, I don't think it was just bread. I think it was like a type of confectionery bread or something like that in FF8. PSA, try to avoid using foodstuffs as structural materials in real life. I mean, have you ever had hardtack? Have you ever had hardtack? I think if you'd ever had hardtack, you'd be like, oh yeah, that makes a good good building material right there. Real fine. Good solid stuff. Almost better than brick. Yeah, but you need to soak that. There we go. Alright, so that's 2 down. And then the 3rd on that side. There we go. Trying to get them nice and straight. Pilot bread, hardtack cracker, very popular in Alaska. I have not had that. I'd give it a shot, though. Alright, there we go. Another hot dog roof element on there. Actually, I am going the wrong way. Well, shucks. Should have realized that too. There we go. Get that back on appropriately. Alright, next hot dog roof element. Looked up pilot bread and you found bread in a can. That is a thing, yeah. I think it's soda bread. If you guys haven't, I would recommend checking out Tasting History with Max Miller. It's a very good channel. And really interesting on history of food and stuff like that. And he gives you recipes that you can actually make. You're waiting on the proper garum episode. Well, it's got a process. Tasting History is great. It is. It really is. And I'm not just saying that because he likes Lego too. Alright, nope, don't fall on the floor. Now for the corners. There we go. And let's see, there we go. Get that one in there. And then we get the robot arms, and they are slightly turned at an angle. There we go. Okay, there we go. Turned at an angle. Let's see, how is that fitting in there? There we go. All right. So, we have a very unique roof design using hot dogs, which is pretty cool. And it actually looks pretty good on the backside, too. Like, you could use this, put plates on there to get another interesting smooth shape, and that would also keep them positioned a little bit better and stuff like that. Because it's kind of hard. There's enough like wiggle room on some of these, and some of them are sticking out a little bit higher than others and stuff like that. So, speaking of, there we go. There we go. Howdy up, Cody. How's it going? Alright, next up we are making a minifig that is not actually going to be a proper minifig. It is a statue. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, let me get his face on. He's winking. There we go. And the hat. Alright, so, and it's it's not like gold, it's just beige, so it works better for a simple straw hat. But it's a nice torso that we have on him. That's the back there. And a simple straw hat. And he is holding two bowls. Interestingly enough, no extras, but then again, I think we got an extra one on a previous bag, so that's probably it. Howdy, PJW Chaos, how's it going? That's what is great about hot dogs, they have so many uses. I know, I love how often they use them. I played around with that a little bit on the pictures that I took of the Eiffel Tower, which I still need to get posted. Need to write up a little story to go along with it. Alright, get that right there. There we go. And that fits on right there. There we go. That's a really nice exterior. I really like that. That looks really good. And there we have the interior. Just one little cooking spot and one table with two chairs. A very intimate restaurant, but that's okay. But it's very, very quaint looking. Very hard to get a minifig back there without popping out the glass, though. Now, I like this because we've got this the section at an angle, and we're using the two angled windows here. It does kind of give it a corner that you don't normally have with the angled section. So it looks pretty good. Just relaxing after getting back from a work trip. Nice. 24 hours traveling. How? Been playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's been great so far. Yeah, a couple people on my Discord have been really, really happy with it. Alright, so spare parts. White 1x1 plate. Dark blue 1x1 cylinder plate. Bright orange 1x1 plate flour. A black hot dog. A brushed gold 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. A black 1x1 tile. Black 1x1 tile slope. A 1L beam in pearl silver. An orange bar with clip. And a dark blue microfig. Nice assortment of parts there. All right, let's go ahead and put those away. Also, funny note from the FF4 stream, you're looking at recommendations for the Odin fight, and it recommends Rosa casting Holy. And you were like, yeah, no. Yeah, like... I mean, I should have gone into that fight earlier, although I only got Thundaga this stream. Thundaga would be, like, my normal... Okay, now I go for it kind of thing. Although Edge's damage was really good with Blitz. Like, it was really good. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop up here. And go ahead and get this. Put down. There we go. So this makes a little bench over here, I guess. So that is pretty cool. All right. Given the time, I think that we will do some minifigs. I think it's a good time for it. Let's go ahead and get out the accoutrements. Alright. Let's see. We are still looking for 2 minifigs here from this series. And we have 3 minifigs left. Just 3 in this one. I have a larger one as well. But I accidentally ordered this thinking it was a larger one, so I went with it. Alright, let's go ahead and roll a die. So we've got D6, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, etc. Alright, 3. So that is the middle one. Holy was nerfed in the Pixel Remaster. You remember it being multi-targetable? No, it was never multi-targetable. It was a single target. It's like Flare, like Nuke from the original. Alright. So let's go ahead and start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Incidentally, I have heard that the Marvel figs are starting to show up at Targets and some other stores. So I'm gonna probably stop by and look at my local Target, see if I got one. And I'm gonna get one because I've got an order for one of each. I don't care that much about getting multiples of the set because it's Marvel. But I'd like to get one of each. And they are in boxes, so it'll be very interesting to see what I can do with doing the predictions. Might have to go back to just yes, no with the video. The best Holy is FF2 Pixel Remaster, the Orbital Laser. That was always a fun one. I liked that one. You don't know why you thought it was a multi-target? I mean, most of the spells are multi-targetable. I vaguely recalled Esna being multi-targetable too, but I don't think it ever was. I think FF3's Pearl might have been, but I'm not sure. Alright, 30 seconds to go. You love the FF Tactics Holy, so punchy? I don't remember that one. I'll have to go back and check to see. Probably only cast it with like my calculator though. Mathematician. Oh, so broken. If you're ever gonna do a challenge run on tactics, one of the first things you should do is no mathematician. All right, and the time is up. Alright, let's go ahead and get my timer ready. One nice thing with Baldur's Gate 3 is how feature complete there is. No pointless DLC. Yet, Can't say that there's no pointless DLC when the game's just come out. All right, and go. All right, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Is that what I think it is? I think that is what I think it is. All right. 12.92. I believe I felt a tail, so I think we do finally have the Fox Girl. Do we have the Fox Girl? Yes, we do. Excellent. I want to get a white one of these so I can make a Kitsune. Although, she'd only have... You wouldn't be able to do, like, multiple tails. There we go. There we go. It's basically just color alternate, like the, oh yeah, let's go with that face. That's a good face. Basically, the raccoon was just color alternated. A little bit different decoration on the head. Actually, the head might even be different. I don't know. I'll have to go look. It's a sack and a chicken. Look at the cute chicken, and I love her licking her lips. She's got two faces. Don't get any hair with this one though. That is a fun expression, and that is a fun expression. I like both of those. This is a great figure with fantastic expressions. I love that head. That is so good. That is adorable. All right. So that means that there are 2 figs left and only 1 left that we have not gotten. All right. Put that there. Also, we should probably see who is getting the hams. All right. So 12.92. Choose prediction. Within 20 seconds. Complete that prediction. And who is getting the hams? Kinshear, Crimson Clover, Blossom, Bahamut Zero, PGW Chaos, and Kalidor getting all of those hams. Very nice. Zilnar, Cetria, and Abcody going for 20 to 50. Preskitch going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for a no. No confidence whatsoever. It's terrible. Speaking of Kitsune, the Night of the Rabbit is a fantastic game. Very teary at certain points. See, you say that, and all I can think of is the horrible horror movie Night of the Lepus. Tasty hams, indeed. Howdy, High Performance Networking. How's it going? Night of the Lepus is terrible. It is hilariously terrible. Like, the idea of giant rabbits murdering people. By horrible, you mean, you assume hilarious. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. As I said. All right, let's see. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so D10. They can be, but they generally aren't. To be fair, the movie was based on a comedy novel, a comic novel. All right, 4. So that is 2, 3, 4. All right, there we go. All right, start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. So the original novel that Night of the Lepus was based on, basically it has a guy fixes Australian elections, and then the prime minister that he gets elected helps him, like, he basically tells the prime minister that he needs the Prime Minister to deal with the rabbit explosions that are going on his ranch or farm or whatever. So the Prime Minister directs government scientists to come up with a more dangerous version of a common rabbit virus. And they do, but what it does is it doesn't kill rabbits, it makes them larger and aggressive, but it's deadly to humans. So Australia plants bombs around the world and threatens to set them off if war is not ended. And wipes out 2 countries to show what's going on. So war is ended, but they still have to make weapons because that would tank economies if they, if the weapons weren't made. So they make weapons and just dump them into the ocean. But then the rabbits keep coming back on the one guy's farm, bigger and nastier every time. Eventually, all of Australia has to be evacuated, and I think there's like an element where the idea is that the bombs under all the countries eventually go off, killing all of humanity. It's like, and it's just all it's a farce and a satire, and they turn that they turn that into they try to turn that into a horror movie. Not the best premise. So, all right. Let's reset the timer, because all predictions are in, and go. Let's see, what do we got? The only figure that we have not gotten yet is Mulan. I don't think we have Mulan here. I'm feeling a big piece that I think is a head. Yeah, all right. Oh, just outside the 20-second mark, 20.51. We do have another Stitch, I believe. So let's see. Well, it's a farce. It's not supposed to make complete sense. And that is Stitch. All right. Let's choose that prediction. All right, 20 to 50. Complete that prediction. All right, Zilnar, Cetria, and Ab Cody getting the hams there. Very nice. Kinshir, Calidor, Bahamut Zero, Crimson Clover, and Vacation Avenue all going for within 20 seconds. Preskich going for 50 to 60, and no one going for no. Do horror movies, books have to make sense? No, they don't have to, but oftentimes they do. You've been following me since you discovered my Ultima content from the 80s Origin Systems games. You lurk a lot or watch my YouTube. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, nothing wrong with lurking, and I'm glad that you've been following for so long. I'm glad that you're enjoying the content. I really do appreciate that. I still need to play the FM Towns version of FS6 one of these days. That has got to happen. For the glorious, glorious Origin employee voice acting, including Richard Garriott himself. Stitch ready for 2-gun Mojo? Yeah, he's bearing many arms there. All right, so that is the second Stitch. That is going to be all of the Stitches. And let's go ahead and get out our last one for the evening. Love all the old school adventures. Well, thank you. Played those in the late 80s on 8-bit. All right, so no dice this time because there's so many in here. Let's go for this one right here. All right, get that back there. And start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. Alright, so we have gotten... I got off camera the Pinata Kid. We've gotten Peapod Girl. We've gotten the Knight. We've gotten the Pirate. We've gotten the Space Fan. We have gotten the Track and Field athlete. And that is it. So we have not gotten anyone on the bottom row. We have not gotten the Super Sentai Warrior, the Karate Kid, the Scuba Diver, or actually not a Scuba Diver, the Snorkeler, the Viking, the Llama Girl, or the Breakdancing Lady. Alright, minute to go. Get your predictions in. Howdy, Solarian. How's it going? Stitch's arms went to different shoulder joints. They weren't bifurcated. Well, you know, there's a limit to what you can do with a minifig. Considering that the last Stitch minifig that they had only had 2 arms and not 4, this is a step up. They had debuted these arms for a Star Wars character. I don't know which Star Wars character, but it's not one from the original trilogy. So I don't really know. Mega Flare some ham. Don't Mega Flare the ham. Don't Mega Flare the ham. It's gonna nuke you back. So that's what ham does. All right, 20 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. No, Mega Flare just burns it, like turns it into ash. How do I feel about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? I liked most of it. I read the books. I have not seen the more recent movie. I think I saw the original TV miniseries. Can't remember right now. You like Ash? Alright, let's go ahead and reset that time. And go. Alright, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Alright, that is part of the torso. That's no fun. That is no good. It's legs. It's shorty legs. Okay. Oh, wait. Nope. That could be something else. Hold on. Okay. Okay. 30.03. We have the Pajama Girl. I was like, oh, shorty legs. It's got to be that one. And then I was like, oh, wait, it could be the Pinata Kid. But I do not feel a sombrero. To be fair, I didn't feel a rabbit either, so... I mean, there can still be redeeming elements to a movie, even if they make mistakes. Alright, it is indeed Pajama Girl. Let's go ahead and choose that prediction. So that was... Let's get the timer up. 30.03. Alright, 20 to 50. Let's complete that prediction. And there we go. Who got all of the hams? Alright, Zilnar, Crimson Clover, Blossom, and Ab Cody getting those hams. Very nice. Very nice payout there. Calidor, Kinshir, Bahamut Zero, Cetria, and Vacation Avenue going for within 20 seconds. Preskitch going for 50 to 60, and Lel Bunny going for no. Alright. So true to life. The only difference in children and adults is leg length. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I will be honest, that is not one of the things that has stuck with me from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And she gets her little bunny. Little stuffed bunny. Isn't that cute? That is adorable. Look at that. And the bunny. Oh, it's such a cute bunny. I really like her hair piece. That is a nice... That is nice hair. And she's got little bunnies on the, come on, zoom in. Little bunnies on her pajamas, too. Ah, it's very cute. Very cute. Alright. Let's go ahead and mark that one. Alright, minifigs are done. Every iteration of Hitchhikers was different from last, so kind of follows suit that one would have been different too. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be, like, different people's visions and stuff like that. And sure, I mean, like, there may be also, like, studios getting involved and saying, you got to do this or something like that. Who knows? Of the things in the book, Marvin did not particularly stick with me, no. Yeah. Different things stick with different people, so I don't know. Just it didn't really stick with me. I mean, it has also been 25 years since I read it, at least. Probably more. I probably read that in high school. Might have even been junior high. I really don't remember. Alright, let's see. 4x8s. Let's go ahead and move these aside. There we go. 4x8s. 4x10s. 4x4s. That's good. Even different versions made by Douglas himself were different, consciously so. Yeah, no, he liked to change things up. Why was the music so scary? It's just playing Dragon Quest music. Alright, let's see. Let's go ahead and make our character here. He has a pearl gold arm. He's got a bowler hat, though. There we go. We're also looking for one of the saw blades. Did the hand-drawn computer graphics from the book stick with me from the BBC version? Probably not. Oh, actually, we also want... Because that does not sound familiar. I also want this double arm element there. I specifically do remember the Babblefish from the miniseries, but that's about it. Go, and so it's showing it here with the blade, but I think they have it reversed because this cover is on that side, and if you do that, then it's down. Is this some sort of Victorian steampunk cyborg villain? I think so, but I don't know. I don't know much about Ninjago. He does seem to be a bit cyborgy and possibly steampunky. Like his arm and right on one of his eyes do seem to be cyborgy. And this is his big buzzsaw weapon. Chicken is blocking horse. Oops. There we go. We can't do that. There we go. Reminds you of the Monster Hunter sets? Yeah, it does. Oh, okay, so 13, and we're going to be going from 13 to build this whole section here. All right. So, gray 1 by 10, 1 4 by 8. And 1 by 8. Yeah, I knew about it from school friends and stuff. Oh, that is going to be in here, I think. Yep. Do we get both of these? Let's see. Yes, we are. All right. Both of the 2 by 16s. Pull those out. Horse must see all things, yes. Yep. I mean, he could see all things anyway. It doesn't, like, physical things are not going to prevent him from doing that. But, you know, it's good to not, you know, not be in his way anyway. Do I remember the Bowl of Begonias? Was that the one that fell? It's been a really long time since I read it. And my memory isn't good. Yeah, then yes, I do. I do specifically remember that. Alright, let's see. That is a 1 by 12. Horse is the Panopticon, yep. Alright, another 4 by 8 there, and a 4 by 10 over here. Oh yeah, no, that did have an interesting payoff later, and it is definitely one of those things that I've always wondered if he planned it out that way, or if it was one of those things that he, like, seeded in there of like, maybe I'll do something with this later. Panopticon sounds too much like a Transformer toy. I could see them doing that. Naming one Panopticon. Go to 3 by 3s in gray here, and dark gray 4 by 4. And another 4 by 4 angle plate. And a 2 by 8 right there. Alright, put that down because we are going to a different section, starting with a 6 by 6 angle plate. Get that 4 by 4 there, and gray 3 by 3 angle plate. 2 gray 3 by 3 plates. But yeah, I mean, the things that stuck with me have generally been the persistent jokes from it, and the things that I found particularly funny. The whale and the... I didn't remember what kind of flowers it was. I remembered it was a pot of flowers. That stuck with me. The mice calculating the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. Those things. Did I ever learn to fly? That clips on right there. I generally don't remember minutia from the game, from the books. Alright, There's the 6x6 there, and 2x2 tiles with center studs. Two by 16. Actually, no, that's a 2 by 14. All right, and 1 by 12. I wasn't that young when I read them. All right, 4 by 12. Another 4 by 4 on here, and the corner is a 3 by 3. Okay, and 2 more 4 by 4 angle plates. There we go. 2 by 6, 1 by 10. That is a 4 by 8, and we're going to have the other 4 by 8 right here, I'm sure. Yep. Oh, I did miss that, and I think I missed this one over here as well. There we go. Okay, so spare part, one single dark gray 1x1 cylinder plate. So a big difference between bags number 12 and bags number 13. We have just finished bag number 13, and 12 took the whole starting portion of the stream. Too bad the last book fell flat for you. Yeah, the last book fell flat for me. That was, I think if I were to reread it, I think that I would stop at that point, like at book 4, rather than book 5. Some more 14s. There we go. All right, let's put you to the side for the moment. Like, it honestly felt like he didn't really want to write that one. He said he was a bit depressed then, but never got the chance to correct that with follow-up. Yeah. All right, we got 2 beige angled door frames and a dark gray straight one. Door and window, and we've got new style angled corner pieces in bright orange. Howdy, Shield of Hope, how's it going? Get that up there. Okay, nothing else in the bag. Definitely seeing some neat pieces in here. So a fun, interesting thing that LEGO is going to be doing coming up is they're going to be doing some changes to the VIP program. They're not going to be like changing the points and how you get points and stuff like that, but they are going to be adding in some new features. I think they might add in like a forum or something similar to that. I'm not sure. It's kind of what it sounded like. But one thing that will be done is that they are going to be, you can get 20 VIP points for scanning unique QR codes on instruction books. Now, they've only had those on sets going back to, I think, 2018 or so. But That's pretty nice. I'm kind of guessing that there's going to be an element of, like, cataloging your collection and stuff like that. I don't know, a lot of it is a little bit undefined at the moment. Right, we also want 2 of these elements. So I'm not sure entirely what is all coming in that. But it is a good thing that I have yet to recycle any recently purchased instruction booklets. So I will be getting some extra VIP points from all of that. All right, let's go ahead and make this old lady. There we go. I like this hair with the braid, and she's got a nice nice torso here. That's the braid. She's got a slightly different expression on the back of her face. Not a huge difference. A little bit more like a faint smile kind of thing around the eyes. Luckily for her, her legs are on the right way. That is true. They are. There we go. Let's go ahead and put these up there. Okay, and get this back down here. Alright, beige. 1x4 there. 1x4 there. And 3 more. There. There. And there. Salmon of Doubt is a follow-up written by another author based on his notes and roughs for another book, but it just doesn't quite feel Douglas Adams. Yeah, it's really hard for other people to write in someone's style. It's one of the reasons why I have not gotten around to, and I plan to because I own the books, I just haven't. And I think that's part of it, is why I haven't gotten around to reading Brandon Sanderson's Wheel of Time conclusion books. One day I'm sure I will, but I know that they're gonna feel a little bit different. So it's just been kind of like a I don't know, I haven't quite felt like it kind of thing. All right, so get a bright orange wall here. Try to read the Dune books by the Sun and that other guy, just not Cricket. Cricket? Huh? Not right. Okay. I don't know, I've never read Dune, and I don't really have a desire to, so I can't speak to that. I'm one of those heathens who really, really likes the David Lynch movie. And having heard about that a lot of fans of the books don't like the David Lynch version, I'd kind of like to just stick with liking the David Lynch version. Ryan Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson broke canon with their publications. Alright, then on top of that, we get one more layer. Like, I haven't even seen that much other stuff by David Lynch, and I need to. He's a good director and stuff. Just haven't yet. But I just really enjoy that version of the movie. I mean, a lot of it is absolutely aesthetics. Like, I enjoy the aesthetics of it, and the characters and the acting. Gray 1x2 with center stud. Red 1x1 with horizontal clip. Black 1x1 pyramid on the corners. Frank was pretty jazzed about the whole movie thing. He was just excited they were making a movie of his book, and he got to watch. He changed the navigators in the later books to explicitly look like Lynch's navigators. Huh. I mean, and it definitely helps that the music is fantastic. I mean, it's Toto. How can you dislike that, right? That is a great soundtrack. All right, and get the pyramid on there. Also, a lot of great actors. Yeah. Certainly prefer the extended version of the David Lynch film to the theatrical. Followed better narration. I'm not sure if I've seen that, but that's understandable. And we get an actual red hot dog in here. There we go. I think this is supposed to be a model of a castle. Probably one of the other older Ninjago sets. And that fits right on the wall there. Yeah, I mean, Kyle MacLachlan is great. It's got Patrick Stewart, Brad Dourif. Just great actors all around. And there is a compass for the doorknob. If you want to focus, camera. There we go. That's a nice little compass. It's like 34 minutes longer than the original theatrical version. Netflix had it up recently. Well, they have a version of Dune. I don't know which version is up there right now. I have not actually watched the one on Netflix because it was on Criterion Channel literally the month before it showed up on Netflix. There's actually a bunch of recent movies that moved from Criterion Channel to Netflix. Speaking of Criterion, I need to get back to watching the Edgar Allan Poe movies that were done by... Oh, God, I'm blanking on his name. I should not be blanking on his name. Roger Corman. They have a bunch of Roger Corman Edgar Allan Poe movies. Also reminds you of that story you love about the Lord of the Rings movies, where one of the English actors found it weird he was putting on an American accent offset. Because there were so many other American actors or something? Side studs, and another 1x1. Alright, 2 1x1 plates and a beige 1x1 with a side stud. Oh, one of the English actors found it weird that Brad Dourif was putting on an American accent. As Wormtongue, he was using a British accent, and the other actor thought he was British. Nope. Homegrown West Virginian. I don't think Bats is around, but I mentioned that to Bats the other day, and Brad Dourif is actually from Bats' hometown. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. They're 1x1. I need to actually see. I've heard good things about Brad Dourif's performance in The Exorcist 3, and I need to see that. All right, white 1x2s. That would get some stickers. And gold 1x2 tile with center stud. And a gold ring. And now a gold leaf piece. Where are you, gold leaf? There you are. From other people, Brad is the only good thing about Exorcist 3. I think it depends on what you want out of it. It, to me, sounds like it has a very interesting cinematic style because it's directed by a writer, the actual writer of the book and the original Exorcist book. And it's also like the studio mandated an exorcism at the end, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's well filmed and well put in and stuff like that, but it still doesn't make a whole lot of sense from the story. But it does have George C. Scott in it, and George C. Scott is like always good, so. Alright, get brown 1x3, brown 1x2. I mean, The Exorcist 2 is the really, really awful one, so. Right, 3 stem plant piece in brown there. That also can spin. No, that's brown 2x2. I need a 2x3. There it is. Let's see. Green 1x1 plate. And a green 1x1 cylinder plate. Gray 1x1 tile with clip, and a... Okay, oh, this is a turnstile. I get it. I see. Alright. What 1x1 tile with printing do I need? We've got these key pads, but it looks like there's some... Looks like there's some red on there, but it's hard to tell. More red than what I'm seeing there, at least. Okay, I'm not sure. Let me zoom in a little bit and see. It's possible that they're using a different tile here. Yeah, I don't know. Let's put this one on for now. I can swap it later if it needs to be a different one. Alright, so we got a little turnstile thing here. It goes at an angle. Alright, and that goes right on there. Alright, next up we get a lot more beige plates. Specifically angle plates. There we go. one by one. Not beige, tan. There we go. There we go. And there we go. And then that one right there. One by one there. Hey, one by one right there. And nothing right there. 2 1x4s. And the brown 2x2. Right there. Okay. Alright, then lots of gray angle tiles. Start out with a gray 2x2 corner. And we have a gray 2x2 corner at the far end as well. And 2x2 angle tiles. Okay, 1x1 plates in gray. That is in between these. And in between that one. And then 1x1 curved or quarter cylinder tiles to fill all that in. Kind of surprised that they didn't put these back to back or anything like that. It's kind of what I was expecting. Or what I would expect, I should say. Alright. And last one right here. There we go. Okay, and then we fill in the middle with 2 more. It's a much larger section there. 2 more gray 1x1 plates. There's the other one. A gold 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. And then the angle corners. 2 of them there and there. And a third one right there, leaving a 1x1 space there. And then we get the 2x2 corners to make this a nice rectangular section. Where is the other one? There it is. There we go. Alright. Of all the dragons in fiction, you know, what is my favorite? I don't know that I have a particular favorite. Crimson Clover Blossom, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good night. Let's see. Favorite? I don't know. I don't know. I remember, like, there's a book that I need to reread from my childhood. A book series, I should say. And I remember it having dragons. I think it had dragons. Can't really remember too much about it. And those might have been ones that I liked. I actually can't recall too many books with dragons in them that I've read, really. A lot of the fantasy novels that I've read have kind of shied away from dragons, probably because they're used so frequently and stuff. It was not Dragon Riders of Pern, no. And it was not The Hobbit. I have read The Hobbit and I know The Hobbit. No, the book, if I remember correctly, the title was The Ivory Lyre. Movies and games are also fiction. That's true. All right, so if we're gonna talk movies, I think one of my favorite ones, and not because it was like an interesting character or anything like that, but because the movie is just good, and I would recommend the movie. Dragon Slayer. It had a good. It was a really well put together movie and everything like that, and for the early '80s, great dragon special effects. Dragon Bards, that might have been it. I haven't read it since I was literally a child. Alright, 2x2 stanchion and a gold 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. You loved Dragon Slayer as a kid? I'm pretty sure it still holds up. I watched it probably 15 years ago, and it was better than when I was a kid, because I understood more of what was going on in the story. It's not a children's movie. Then that's probably it. I don't remember. I remember the books vaguely. Like, again, it's been a very long time since I read them. I remember really enjoying them, but that's what I remember about it. What I remember about those books is that I really enjoyed them, which doesn't really say much. I tried reading the Silmarillion as a kid. I think I tried to read it when I was too young, and I didn't get into that. Let's see. Bright green tile. I think this is a Minecraft tile, like a Minecraft eye. I think it's like Minecraft eyes printing. You're surprised watching the uncut DVD of Dragon Slayer that there was nudity in it? Yeah, I mean, it was not a kids' movie. It was not aimed at kids. It was an adult fantasy movie. And that might have been one of the things that did it in, is that people thought it was going to be a kids' movie or something, and were expecting that. Alright, and we get another 1x1. I think this is a little postcard holder, which is really cool. Even if it is just using random 1x1 printed tiles. And a plain one, for some reason. There we go, and now a wheel on top to turn them. There we go. That's a really cute postcard holder thing. I like that. It amuses you now that the cult guy was played by Palpatine. That goes right in there, in between the studs. There we go. And that's it, yep. Alright. Okay. Side stud brick, side stud brick. 2 side stud bricks down here. 2 1x1s. I mean, like, Dragon Slayer is a good, old school D&D style movie. I mean, it's obviously not based on D&D or anything like that, but, like, if someone were like, I'm I'm kind of curious about D&D. I'd like to watch something that kind of has a feel for it. What would you recommend? Dragon Slayer would be one of the things that I would recommend. Because it's got a lot of magic, it's got, you know, adventure, danger, magic items, stuff like that. Alright, let's see. 1x3, 1x1, 2 1x1 plates. Two more side stud bricks here, and gray 1x1 with bar, and 1x4 across the top. Alright, it's a little crooked on that. There we go. Get that in there, and another 1x1x3. Makes you want to go watch it again. You have to find it in your collection of DVDs. Yeah, it's I mean, it's a good one. I like if you're into fantasy movies, I'd strongly suggest watching it. Special effects are definitely dated for today, but for the time they were very good. I would say, like, if it was going to get a remaster, what I would kind of like to see is some of the special effects artifacts get edited out. Because there's like, you know, like obvious blue screen and stuff like that. That can be edited out digitally. But nothing added to it or changed. You love the old practical effects? Yeah. I mean, it has a lot of really good practical effects. And it just needs, like, some digital cleanup to make it look fantastic. Which may have actually been done at some point, I don't know. Let's see, 2x3 there. Printing would go on there, but we'll get that right on there. Okay, double stack of teal windows here. You also notice artifacts more on modern TVs than you would. Yeah, that's true. Like, I was... I do enjoy seeing wires. You know, and that's the kind of thing that I think is perfectly fine. You know, I mean, obviously it's all, you know, essentially fine. But, when it comes to modern practical effects, I think, like, or digital effects, I should say, my favorite type are, rather than, like, CG, is just, like, digitally editing out little elements that you can see but you might have missed in the past, like wires and stuff like that. I much prefer, you know, like, wire work to CGI and stuff like that. Alright, need a 1x4 here. The headaches with translating to widescreen from standard definition. Well, that's more, like... high-resolution digital TVs are going to show, like, you got so many more pixels than you would on an old... Even an old high-def TV was generally, like, they were generally just big as opposed to actually higher resolution and stuff like that. You just see more, and the images are crisper, even compared to seeing it on the big screen. Have I read the Dragon Prince books? Who is that by? Or who are those by? Sounds vaguely familiar, but I'm not sure if I have. High resolution really makes things stand out. Yeah, like you can see. Like I was watching a Riff Tracks recently of a black and white movie from the 60s, I think, and you could see the wires real clear that you wouldn't have been able to with either in the theater or you know, certainly on a television or something like that. Melanie Ron. No, I've read something by her, but I have not read those, now that you mention the name. I do remember seeing those and being curious about them, but not, like, actually getting around to actually reading them. I can't remember what I've read by her, though. There we go. Alright. 2 rail plates in bright orange. Get a dark red right there in the middle. 2x2 tile center stud. If there's a book by her that has a cover by what's his name? Keith Parkinson. Then I think that's what I've read. That's what's coming to my mind right now. But I'm not sure if I have. I might be like thinking of a different book by someone else. That goes right on there. Looking Dragon Slayer up on IMDb, really like the spear, even if realistically the head is much too heavy for practical use. Well, it's supposed to be for fighting a dragon, so... And it's implied that it's magical. Or semi-magical or something. If I remember correctly. Which, again, it's always possible that I am not. Let's see. There's another... There it is. 1x1 dark gray tile slope. There we go. Alright, next up, we are pulling out the trans pink angled flags, or at least one of them. I'm not sure if we're pulling out all of them. I'll leave the others in there for the moment. Alright, 2 3L bars and a gray axle connector. There we go. Then pearl silver robot arms. Make sure that those are set up the same way. There we go. Alright, a sticker would go on this pink, trans pink flag flap element, but I like that as trans pink better. So Alright, we have 2 pearl silver katanas. Get 2 bar holders with bars, and 2 of these. They're soft plastic. They're rubbery, so they don't actually hurt you too much. And they're on a sprue. Let's go ahead and pull them off. Slide that in there. And slide that in there. There we go. So using the swords to give a frame to the trans pink part. There we go. Actually, that is supposed to turn around that way. So the blade is inward. Got that wrong. There we go. Okay. And that clips on right there. There we go. And we get a crab right over here. There we go. Alright, next up we get another one of these orange panels. Have another spotlight coming off of it. There it is. There's one by one with side stud. And I need a bar with clip. Like, I'm not sure if Dragon Slayer did well. I don't think it was super successful, which is a real shame because it was good. But I think it may have been a little bit too serious or something. Like, it's very dark and dingy and stuff like that. Okay, get that on there. Another angled window. What was too serious? Dragon Slayer, yeah. Alright, that goes there. There's a... Alright, there's probably going to be 1x1s that fit in there. 2x2 corner plate in there, and a beige angled tile there. You loved it as a kid? Well, but I mean for general audiences. Like, I think that might have been... Like, I don't think it was very successful. And I think that's essentially why. Oddly enough, it is a Disney movie. Alright, there we go. Get that there. And another corner plate. And 2 1x1x3s. Stacking right there, and right there. Black Cauldron suffered a similar fate. Yeah, but I think the Black Cauldron was probably not as good. I still have not seen it. I really need to. I really want to and need to. but I don't think that it was actually as good. Like, it really takes license with the material. Black 1x1 pyramid on top, and we get the gold dragon head here. Sticking it right in there. 1x1 plates with teeth here and here. It's sort of a mixture of the first and second book. Yeah, no, yeah, it is. I mean, I know the plot of it and you know what happens and stuff like that. I know what it merged and stuff like that. I just haven't actually seen it. Like, I have played the Sierra game. I have I had a pair of like picture books from it as a kid, showing sections of it, and of course I've read about what goes into it. It's a shame too, because I think a really accurate telling of the books, especially the first book, would be really, really good. Alright, that fits in right there. Get our spotlight on there, and dark blue 2x2 tile, cylinder tile with center stud. And we get a really cool, I think this was from the Egyptian adventure sets that, they weren't like the actual adventurers, but they had like a lot of mummies and stuff like that. And you got this awesome cobra staff. I think that's what that's from. I really like this staff. And that slides right on in through there. Get that right there. And there we go. Alright, let me go ahead and move a lot of these pieces over here, so they're a little bit easier to get at, because we're kind of working on this section here now. One thing you liked in the books was the evil bird chick Terran saved, remembering him and helping him later in the books. Kind of feels a bit like what Tolkien was talking about, having pity and compassion for Gollum. Yeah. One of the Gwythaints. And in case there are people who plan to read it and have not, because I recommend it, even if for an adult, I recommend reading it. It's they're really good books. I had trouble, like, I did not like the fourth book, Terran Wanderer, as a kid, but as an adult, that has all new meaning and stuff like that. So I very much recommend anyone who likes fantasy to read them. Age gives you perspective, yeah, it does. But also, like, you know, I mean, as a kid, you know, you want the excitement and the, you know, sword and sorcery, and the fourth book is really, really just all about personal discovery and stuff like that. Like, I definitely internalized, like, message from it and stuff like that. But, I still was not able to appreciate it as much as a kid as I was able to as an adult. But yeah, so I highly recommend that. And but I will say that the first time I ever cried reading a book was in the fifth book, and I'm not going to say what part, in case anyone chooses to read that, which I do highly recommend. Let's see, each side gets a 4x4 half tile here with stickers hiding a secret passage hole in the wall. I'm sure if anyone who has read the book probably is able to figure out what section I'm talking about, and don't spoil it for anyone else who wants to read it. Because like I said, I really do recommend it. They're very, very good. Alright, next up we have 1x2 and 1x2x2 and 1x2x3 windows. Brown 1x2 with a center stud and a pyramid on top for a cabinet of some sort. There we go. Alright, tan 1x2 plate, beige 1x2 Technic brick, two tan 1x2 plates, a tan 1x2 brick with cross axle there. Weird that the movie made Fluter so old and pudgy. Yeah, I mean, that an Islandwee is blonde rather than red, rather than a redhead, that kind of thing's gonna happen. Like, again, it's very much a reimagining, so a lot of things are going to change when you do that. Sometimes you wonder why movie companies buy the rights to a book when they don't actually care about anything that's in the book. Because they do care about what's actually in the book, they just don't care about the same things that you might. There are also genuine concerns about, like, getting a thing on camera and stuff like that, like, in terms of, like, it works for a book, does it work as a movie? Not everything that, like, so basically one of the things, like, going back to the story about, The Exorcist 3, the ending of The Exorcist 3 of the book, Legion, probably works as a book. It does not work as a movie at all. There is a rough cut of it, and it's bad. It just makes for a bad film ending. It just doesn't work. You know, visual medium is different than literary medium. So there are always going to be some elements of that. Pacing oftentimes needs to be changed, stuff like that. Sometimes to use the name as an unearned cash, the built-in audience, like a few things recently, like Wheel of Time and Rings of Power shows. I mean, those aren't just using the names as unearned cash either. Like, they change things, sure, but they're still trying to tell the same basic story. And it's entirely possible that they aren't successful when they do that at times, but they're still trying to do that. There's a situation, like, and then there's a case where, like, Night of the Lepus we were talking about, the original book that is based on is The Year of the Angry Rabbit. And it's very, very different. But one of the reasons why they're going to get that the rights is, A, so that there's no lawsuit of plagiarism. The movie is too close to the book, even though so many substantial things are changed. They get the rights so that there's no lawsuit. And then they make the changes that they want. And that can happen, like, someone can read the book and be like, oh, you know what would make this a good movie? Is just take this one element and then get rid of all the other stuff and add in these other elements. Well, now you got to go get that book, even though the two things are very, very different. So, like, you're going to have those situations as well coming in, where it is just a case of, you know, inspired by but substantially different, or we just want to make sure that we don't get sued. You know, all of that's very legitimate. And sure, I mean, sometimes there's an element of someone has a story that they want to tell in a thing, and a corporate, you know, the corporation, the movie corporation or something, that, you know, says, all right, well, we got to get this property because there's a built-in audience, and they'll come see this movie even though it's going to be different. That does happen. That absolutely does happen. If they buy the rights, then why would they have to worry about being sued? Well, but that's the point, is that they buy the rights so that they don't get sued, even though there's substantial differences. You've heard the Who Framed Roger Rabbit is one of those where the movie is practically nothing like the book? Yeah, it is. And I have not read the book, but I've read about the book, and I would go so far as to say that the movie is probably substantially better than the book, from what I've read, and which is obviously not having read the book itself, and I could be very wrong, and it's also subjective, so another person could be like, no, the book is way better, because it's different. Alright, so that is it for that, and that is going to wrap us up here. So, before we do so, got spare parts. 1x1 plates in tan, bright orange, light blue, and green. 1x1 quarter cylinder tiles in red, gray. That's it. 1x1 tiles with printing in white, gray, turquoise, and bright green. Do not have the Azure 1x1 tile, which probably means we got that we got one of those in another step, and I'm not remembering it, which is fine. Microfig in dark red, brown 1x1 cylinder plate with bar, brown 3-stem plant element, gold, pearl gold 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, green 1x1 cylinder plate, a blue gem, pearl gold 1x1 cylinder tile with a compass printing, gray half pin, a red hot dog, spare set of the Ninja Star elements, which are soft plastic on the sprue, and of course the spare sprue, which I will show something about the sprue in a second. I think. The sprue has a hole in the back, a depression. I think that, yeah, it does fit on a stud. So this is a great piece to use for, like, greebling on a spaceship. Mind you, it's very loose, because it's soft plastic and stuff like that. So I would probably do this with something above it to lock it in, like maybe do something like this, so that it can't pop off. You know, or get a rail plate above it, that kind of thing. Mature not being meant as good or better. Yeah, it was definitely meant for an older audience, certainly. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is definitely a film that is accessible to children. But Who Censored Roger Rabbit is So one of the things that is different is that all of the cartoon characters, they're basically comic book characters as opposed to like animated film characters. They literally speak with word balloons above their head. So that's one of the differences. But it is, from what I have read, again, like the story is just not as good. There's so much more interesting and deeper elements in the movie that you can do with film, and it's making different social commentary as well. I'm pretty sure I personally would much prefer watching the movie to reading the book. But again, everyone is different, and other people may feel very differently. All right, let's get these off to the side, pull this forward a bit, and we'll go ahead and slip this section on top. There we go. So that is how it's going to work. Let's get a view of the stairs. So there's the stairs up right there. It's a little dark. You can see my finger there. I think we're going to get a tree growing out there. Go ahead and slide this back. It is bunching up the fabric I'm using on here. And we will go ahead and bring the camera up there. All right. So when we come back next week, we've got the rest of that level to do, and still more levels because we are not actually done with this second booklet, and we have a third booklet to do after that. You don't know if the book is actually available anywhere. It might not. It might not currently be published. That's entirely possible. I'm sure it's still available. Like, I'm sure you'd be able to find it in some libraries, and interlibrary loans would get it to your library if your library doesn't have it. And I'm also sure that you can probably find used copies on Amazon if it's not actually still published. I think the author wrote a follow-up as well, a sequel, based after the success of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Probably increase its sales. But I mean, that's going to happen. You know, like sometimes books are okay, but have intriguing and interesting concepts, and an author is going to, screenwriters and actors are going to turn it into a better product. That happens. That absolutely happens. And yeah, I mean, other times you got to compress the book down, and sometimes you compress too much, and sometimes just the vision of an author is different, and a filmmaker can't capture it. All of that happens. All that happens. I don't agree that a movie should be exactly like a book or anything like that, or that they shouldn't bother. Obviously, a book that I like and a movie that I don't like is going to fall into a category of it should have been more like the book, whereas a movie that I like and a book that I don't like is going to be like, yeah, I think that the filmmakers did a better job with the material. It happens, and it's subjective. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for coming on out. We will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We will be back on Monday for more Tears of the Kingdom. Wednesday, we will be back to Uncharted Waters and New Horizons, Catalina's story. And we will get back to building something else Wednesday night. And then next Friday, we will be back to Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. I think there's going to be 2 streams of that left, because I'll probably have to do some other stuff. But I might also just, finish up the game. Because I don't know, if I don't finish it up to next week, I don't know if I'll have enough to do a full stream the following week. I don't know. We'll see. There's either 1 or 2 streams of that left. and then we'll return to building the Ninjago City Gardens next Friday. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.